Good evening, everyone. This is the George here. And yes, I'm back to streaming. I know it's been a while since I did a stream, but I've been focused on my movie reviews and other things, including break. But today, we're going to be talking about Harry Potter, and I'm joined by DL. What's up, DL?
What's going on, George?
So today we are talking about the official oh, confirmation of Harry Potter becoming an HBO Max series, whether it's a good or bad idea, the pros and cons, and if there could be some maybe other ideas maybe that they could go with the Wizarding World. So DL, first of all, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I had to get on this because I love me some Harry Potter. I have a lot of thoughts about this announcement that they made for sure.
That's right, and I'm very conflicted on how I feel. And for anyone that may have watched Aaron stream before when I was with Aaron and Blinded, I was kind of talking about it, and I'm kind of torn on this because, like DL, I grew up on Harry Potter. I remember seeing Sorcerer's Stone in theaters when I was 5 years old,
Oh
and
wow.
I remember like reading the books. It's so weird. The first four movies I saw before I read the books, but Order of the Phoenix and after I read the book before I saw the movie.
See, it's weird with me because I wasn't able to read all the books. I've only read like two or three of them, and growing up, my family were not Harry Potter fans at all. It was a struggle to get them to take me to the theater. I've only seen three Harry Potter movies in the theater. That's all I could get from my folks at the time. But um, but yeah, I love Harry Potter though, regardless of me not being able to see all of them and not being able to read all the books. But
Yeah, yes, same with me. Well, I got into Harry Potter through my older sister. She read the books, and she was the one who wanted to see Sorcerer's Stone back in the day. So it was like through her because she also read the book. She played all the video games. Like I still have the PS1 Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets, and that was back when it was called Sorcerer's Stone, not Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, now it's called Philosopher's Stone, but like back then it was the Sorcerer's Stone. And the PS1 graphics, as ugly as they were, it was a fun game to play.
I like. Have you played the Quidditch World Cup game? I like that one too.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's a game that not a lot of people talk about, but yeah, that was a fun game too.
And we're also joined by CJH. And yes, CJH, I told you I was doing a Harry Potter stream, so I'm glad you joined because I know you have a
Avada
lot to say. Wait, what?
Avada Kedavra. Oh wait, how do you say it?
You can't even say it right.
About
God damn it.
It's
oh,
Avada Kedavra.
I can only say it the way Voldemort says it.
oh, yo, I remember like back in third grade, we used to like play like Harry. We were playing Harry Potter, and like at the time, I it was before I got to see Goblet of Fire. I had no idea what that spell meant until after I saw the film because my friends were using that spell.
Oh, I instantly put two and two together because every time somebody used that spell, somebody died.
But that was before I saw Goblet of Fire. It's like once I saw Goblet of Fire, I was like, oh wow, that spell that we were using in recess was a killing spell.
I don't think.
Ah,
I'm kind of confused by the reboot because they're using the same logo, the same font, the same castle,
well, that's the
same
same logo
music.
from the books. That's the same
Yeah,
logo from the books. So
the logos kind of always been
Yeah,
that way
but
with
the same castle, the same music.
yeah the music that it's the
Like if you're
music.
gonna reboot it, reboot the whole thing.
Yeah, like
well, I
the
think
John Williams
they
score.
just announced this, so I'm sure by the time it comes out, I'm sure they probably will modify the logo and actually have original music. So they just announced this.
Yeah, CGH they're gonna obviously have to
Wait,
put together their own score. I mean, it's kind of, but the thing is, it's like when you hear that, you think of Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's
You were
like
gonna say
wait,
when
something,
people
CGH?
talk
am
about.
I getting note or wait? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, it was kind of
Mhm.
laggy on my end. But yeah, like they're redoing the whole like If you're gonna reboot the whole thing. Oh, and the other thing is, if you're gonna adapt from the books, do it page by page. Do not leave anything out.
Yeah, honestly, if you're going to reboot, you better be more accurate to the books. Like there's no
Yes.
reason for you to leave out anything.
So yeah, the Harry Potter series adaptation officially was ordered at HBO Max. So I know a lot of things were announced at HBO Max, but this stream's going to focus mostly on Harry Potter because I need a break from doing streams on superhero stuff.
Oh,
And I
Yeah,
love,
that's why
I
I
don't
was
blame you.
lagging. I had another string here. It's up.
uh, but yeah, I love Harry Potter, so I want to talk about other things that I love. And like I was a big Harry Potter fan before I was a fan of like superheroes. Like I've
But
watched
you
Harry
don't
Potter.
want Zack Snyder to direct a Harry Potter?
No, 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 no,
Uh,
no.
honestly, David Yates is not too far off as far as style, so
That's true. That's true.
I wouldn't
I
be
mean,
too
I, I
surprised.
thought Mike Newell was pretty dark with his approach.
He
I
did
feel
Goblet
like
of Fire, right?
yeah.
Okay. I yeah.
As
I
long
think
as Half Blood Prince is redone completely, like by the book, page
we'll
by
get
page,
in we'll get into that when we talk about like the pros
because
and the
that
good.
movie is so awful.
Yeah, like
It's bad.
we'll get into that when we get into the pros about this. So basically, HBO Max announced a lot of stuff, and this was rumored last week, but now it's been officially confirmed today during Warner Brothers Discovery's investors meeting.
Hmm.
So this was leaked on April 3rd, but it's kind of now 100% confirmed. And basically, each season of the show will be based on one of the books. And Warner Brothers is describing it as a decade-long series, and we're gonna have a new cast, completely different from the films.
Could this
So
be like the series of unfortunate events where they adapted the books exactly?
I never saw the series of unfortunate events series. Was that on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really saw that.
I heard it was really good, so
Yeah,
I'm sure it's going to
compared.
be in that same vein, and same thing with Percy Jackson on Disney Plus.
So we are delighted to give audiences the opportunity to discover Hogwarts in a whole new way. Casey Bloys, chairman and CEO of
A
HBO
whole
and Max
new
Content.
world.
Harry Potter is a cultural phenomenon, and it is clear there is such an enduring love and thirst for the Wizarding World. In partnership with Warner Brothers Television and J.K. Rowling, this new Max original series will dive deep into each of the iconic books that fans have continued to enjoy for all of these years. So Max will produce in association with Bronte Film and TV and Warner Brothers Television. Rowling will executive produce along with Neil Blair and Ruth Kenley Lutz. David Heyman is currently in talks to executive produce. I'm pretty sure he was a producer for the films because the name sounds familiar.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Oh, Florida Cabana.
You're still not saying it right.
Oh, yeah, and I know we'll get into like we'll talk a bit about J.K. Rowling, but like that was obviously going to happen that she was going to be involved because apparently they're going to go more accurate to the books which she wrote.
Yeah,
who
so
would play Snape and Voldemort and
Well, let's not
Hagrid?
get ahead of
we're
ourselves.
gonna get ahead of ourselves.
I mean, like they got a lot of casting they're going to have to do. So
Yeah.
Max's commitment to preserving the integrity of my books is important to me. I'm looking forward to being part of this new adaptation, which will allow for a degree of depth and detail only afforded by a long form television series, said Rowling.
What if
So,
the
like,
actors pass away?
I mean, well, remember, the actor that played Dumbledore passed away right after Chamber of Secrets, so they'll just recast.
I mean, there's a lot of actors from the Harry Potter movies that have passed away. Maybe there's a curse.
I don't think
Well,
there's a curse. And hey,
no,
blinded,
there's not a curse.
and hey, classy. I don't think there's a curse. A lot of the actors in the original films were pretty old.
Yeah.
The thing is, here's the crazy thing that I want to just throw out there. In the books, hey Blue Jay, in the books, like Harry's parents, if they were still alive, Snape, Sirius Black, Lupin, like during the events of the seven books, were technically supposed to be in their 30s,
Hmm.
but yet they were played by actors that were in their 40s to 60s.
Yeah.
Like, so let's be real. That a lot of these actors, when they were casted, the adults were old.
Yeah.
Like Alan Rickman was was like 60 for like the second half of his time playing Snape in his 60s.
And okay, do we have to remind people about Richard Harris? Like, gosh, he was
Richard,
very, really, really old.
yeah, he was old. Like Maggie Smith, like the actress that plays
Wait, Maggie
Molly.
Smith isn't dead though.
Wait, what?
What?
Maggie Smith is still alive.
Well, yeah, she's still
Do you think
alive.
do you think they would bring
But
her
even
back?
she's like in her 80s,
Yeah.
90s.
You know, it's crazy. The one of the younger adult actors was Ralph Fiennes as Voldemort, and he
Yeah.
was younger than Snape, who was supposed to be a lot younger.
Yeah.
And look, I'm not hating on the cast or anything because I love this cast. I love Alan Rickman as Snape. I love Maggie Smith as McGonagall. I love Gary Oldman as Sirius Black. But let's be real. These characters were supposed to be a lot younger in the book, some of them.
Hmm. So this will be, I guess, it could be one of the pros of doing the reboot is they can get people that are younger, so they'll be able to be in this franchise longer.
Yeah. And Tony's going to threaten a riot if they don't bring back Alan Rickman.
They're not
I
going to
guess.
bring. Wait, what? Wait, what?
He did though.
It took me a second. I was like, man, you troll. Anyway,
I mean, this has been hinted for quite a while, like back to like 2021.
yeah.
And these books have been around since 1997,
Hmm.
and they've made a lot of money.
Do you
And,
imagine what would happen if they teased Spider-Man 4 this way?
What?
well, I
Would the
mean,
internet break?
Maybe.
well, what Spider-Man 4 would you be referring to?
The
One with
Tobey Maguire.
oh,
Sam
people
Raimi.
will go crazy about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm very torn on this.
Like all they would have to do is release a title like this.
Honestly, I think the reason why we're getting this reboot because I'm very very sure that they tried their hardest to get the original cast back to do a cursed child or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what they tried to do at first and they couldn't bring them back.
You know what I think it was? I think Hagrid passing away was like the final straw in the coffin.
That
And
could be.
they're like, we can't go forward with the original.
The thing is, the thing is with Cursed Child. I don't know if you guys, any of you guys, ever read the screenplay or saw the play or
Oh, it's trash. It's
yeah,
trash.
I do not like it.
Hmm.
I don't like it one bit.
So the only reason I would want to see a cursed child is if they do very very loose adaptation of it.
Yes.
That's probably the only way I could see it working.
No, well, the book kind of doesn't make sense at all because didn't they get rid of the time turners?
Yes, that's a
Yes.
good point.
That was
Yeah.
the whole plot.
Yeah, so that means it would, like I said, very very loose. Like I honestly I would just write that out and do a completely different plot.
The thing is, it's like I know maybe people will say, well, that was in the books, not technically in the movies. The thing is, it's like that's the time turner thing. The reason why J.K. Rowling had them destroyed was because you would think during a Wizarding World War they would use time turners to like fix stuff
Yeah,
and cause a lot of confusion.
yeah, I hated that in Prisoner of Azkaban. That was one of the biggest Deus Ex
What?
Machinas ever in a
You know what?
film.
I
Well,
kind of liked how they did it in the thing, though.
well,
I did not. I did
well, the
not.
thing is, like, I feel like with Prisoner of Azkaban, they had to do it in a way where it doesn't cause confusion. But like even then, people will get confused by it.
Still,
I don't think it was confusing. I
I did.
think of all the time travel plots that I've ever seen, that's probably the one that makes the most sense.
I mean, not that I don't think that is the as far as the rules, like that's not what's confusing about it. It's the fact that they have this device that's so powerful, and
Oh
Hermione is
yeah,
just
like
bringing that up. That's
that
the
doesn't
problem.
make sense. Yeah, but the rules of it make sense. Like, if
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah.
It's just, but yeah, like the fact that like you would have to bring that in, and also, um, spoiler for anyone who never read or saw it, because of the time travel thing, Snape plays a big role in that,
Yeah, he
and
can't bring back Eleanor.
no one in that Harry Potter continuity would want to see anyone else playing Snape.
No. And then
Here's a
also the
question:
daughter of Voldemort also doesn't make any sense either. Spoilers
do you
for
think
now
Yeah,
as well.
any of the original cast are gonna come back to play different characters?
It's a
I mean,
possibility.
it would be interesting to see Daniel Radcliffe play like James Potter.
I think that'd be too on the nose.
Yeah, that would also be like predictable.
Yeah.
And yeah, Classy, I do agree with you. Like obviously one of the positives. Like how they gonna do certain characters.
That's one of the reasons, yeah, that could be another pro because like yeah, Ron and especially um shoot.
Ron's
Uh
sister,
yes, Ginny,
Ginny.
right? Yeah,
Yeah,
Ginny needs a complete makeover because what they did, how she was
In the
did in the
movies
movie,
was
it was
terrible.
it
so
it
bad.
was. The thing is they took two great characters in the books and did not do them justice in the movies. In the case of Ron, Ron was very street smart in the books and had more knowledge than Hermione when it came to the Wizarding World. Now Hermione may have had more common sense, but Ron had more knowledge
Hmm.
of the Wizarding World. He was the one who told everyone what the term mudblood means.
Do you think that if they use all the music from the original movies and just kept the music as is and just rebooted the series like they're doing, would that be acceptable?
Honest, for me personally, no. I think they need to make new music.
Yeah, I feel like you might have to change the soundtrack up a bit. But yeah, like with how like Ron was handled, like Ron was like became like a dumb comedic character, like at certain
Yeah.
points in the franchise. And here's the thing, like I don't know if you guys watch Movie Flames YouTube channel. He's
Oh
like a
yes.
Harry, so like he's very good with like Harry Potter like facts and stuff. I think
Yep.
he brought up how like when Prisoner of Azkaban was filmed, and I think this is where I noticed the cracks in Ron's character. Like he apparently asked the Golden Trio to write essays about their characters, and Rupert didn't write an essay.
Oh
Here's
So that
another.
might explain why Ron was very dumb in that film.
Here's another thing. So the fact that all the books are out now, they can write us the series without any continuity errors, other than what's in the books, of course.
I mean, I honestly, that's probably the one thing I would still change from the books. They need to fix the plot holes in the books because there are plot holes in the books.
Oh yeah, but yeah, like how like yeah like because like for example in Prisoner of Azkaban when Snape like makes a snide comment about Hermione while he's filling in for Defense Against the Dark Arts, in the books Ron was very angry at Snape, while in the movie he's like he's got a point, you know. It's like Ron in the books would never do that or say that.
Mm.
Do you think
All,
Hermione will have buck teeth like the books?
I mean, it kind of depends on what actress they pick because again, they gotta cast all these people. They gotta find a new cast of
It's
young
gonna be
actors.
woke.
To be
You
honest,
watch. They're-
like
It's
as they
second gen.
described Hermione in the books, yeah, she needs to have bushy curly hair. She needs to have the buck teeth. Don't make her pretty this time. Make her average looking.
And also, she was like semi-popular in the movies. Like she was like considered one of the cool kids in Hogwarts.
Same thing with Ginny.
No, that's the thing. Like in the books, Ginny was one of the cool kids, while in the movie, she really wasn't.
And she was this awkward, like quiet girl.
It,
God.
this actually gets to my next point. So Hermione in the movies is just Mary Sue. Here's the thing: Steve Close, the screenplay writer, his favorite character was Hermione. So he gave a lot of Ron's traits to her. And I noticed the one film where Steve Close did not write the screenplay, Order of the Phoenix, was also the one film where Ron felt like Ron from the books, and
Yep.
Ginny Weasley felt like Ginny from the books.
Yep.
Because
That's
Steve Close apparently also wanted Harry and Hermione to be together.
yeah. That's why I say Order of the Phoenix is the best Harry Potter film.
It's
Uh,
one of the best.
Yeah, I want to see their version of Half Blood Prince.
Oh yeah, Half Blood Prince.
Because
yeah,
That's
yeah.
my least favorite Harry Potter film.
It's
I
between that
will.
and Deathly Hallows Part One.
Well, yeah, Deathly Hallows. That's the one that was mentioned. Well, both of them technically I want to see, but like the dance sequence and like the what the hell was the scene where Ron sees a vision or something? I don't know.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, that scene where the Horcrux is showing him images of like
Yeah,
Harry and Hermione.
yeah, like that's unneeded.
The
Yeah,
thing,
I was so mad.
Steve Close, like again, he wrote those films with his bias, like his bias for Hermione, for who he wanted Harry and Hermione to be with.
Do you think now the fact that the movies are so iconic? Do you think they'll adapt some of the stuff from the movies
There might be
that
some.
were like so
There
point?
might be some
Like,
homages to the movies.
Yeah.
like for example, the whole cave sequence in Deathly Hollows. That was exactly how I pictured it in the book. I would like to see that like redone like almost exactly, but not quite. If that makes sense.
Well, the thing is, they're gonna have to obviously copy some stuff. Yeah, keep Steve Close away because he wrote, like I said, he wrote those with a bias
Hmm.
for certain characters. And oh, there's something else that was on my mind about Steve Close that I forgot to say.
All they gotta do is take the book and just rewrite it.
But and the thing is, you also need to get people who are directing these episodes to actually read it. Like the reason why Sorcerer's Stone and Chamber of Secrets are the best adaptations as far as being similar to the books. Not the best films, but the best at being similar to the books, is because Chris Columbus took the time to read those books while writing his screenplays.
Hmm.
Like that's what people don't realize. That's why those films are so accurate to the books.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, Goblet of Fire, Mike Newell, he gave up reading the book.
We
Yeah.
might actually end up seeing the Quidditch match from Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
It's
so
so
mad they cut it out.
and yet he added the unnecessarily long dragon first task.
Or the the odd looking Death Eaters that they
Oh my
end up
oh
changing in the the next movie.
And then
yeah.
those creatures in the maze.
See,
Their costumes are kind of
yeah, these are basically the pros of doing this reboot, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Mike Newell, like, he made a great looking film, and like as a movie, I like the movie a lot, but as an adaptation, it's one of the worst adaptations.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I have this thing where I love Goblet of Fire because it's a Harry Potter film that I rewatched so many times.
Mhm.
Goblet of
So
Fire
like it
feels
has a
like you
special
skip
place in
so
my
much.
heart. It's one of my top 3 favorite Harry Potter films personally, but as a Harry Potter fan, it also drives me crazy how different Mike Newell made it different from the book.
Yeah,
Do
and
you
They
I
cut
don't
actually
out
feel
ever?
certain
like it
things.
was a. I don't think it was like a good different either. Like with Order of the Phoenix, because in my opinion, that's another example of like David Yates changing a lot of stuff from the books. But in my opinion, Order of the Phoenix was the weakest book. And
Yeah,
David Yates took all the the filler and the unnecessary stuff from the book and made it more streamlined and stuff like that. So that's not what they did with
Do you
Goblet of
think
Fire.
the
They just cut out
episodes?
Yeah.
stuff for no
Do
reason.
you think the episodes are gonna be an hour and a half?
I think it'll
Um,
be at least 50 minutes.
well, here's the thing: if they do each episode like based on certain chapters, it's gonna depend because some chapters are longer than others.
And you know how many chapters are in a Harry Potter book average?
Oh my! Well, here's the thing: the first movies, I mean books, it was like 16 to 20. Goblet of Fire and onward was like over 30.
So it's like they probably have to put two or three chapters in one episode.
And the thing is, well, here's the thing: even though like I wish Mike Newell kept some things in the movie, he also cut out some things that were unnecessary for the movie that I'm glad he cut out. So like that's also gonna have to be a challenge for the show because it's like you want to be a straight adaptation, but there there's gonna be some unnecessary filler that you might have to cut out.
Do you
Yeah.
think there's anything in the movies that actually were good ideas that the
In
books
in the movie,
don't have? Yeah.
Good ideas
well,
for the
Order of
book.
the Phoenix. I feel like Order of the Phoenix. We're in the book. Harry was a lot more angry. In the movie, he showed more leadership.
I mean, he was still angry,
Yeah,
but
he was still angry, but like he was a much better leader when it came to leading the DA in the movie than the book. So I feel like they should keep the good leadership qualities he built up in Order of the Phoenix.
yeah, I felt a lot more humanity in the movie than I did in the book.
Also, here's the thing: I thought Sirius in Order of the Phoenix was a lot better than he was in the movie than he was in the book.
Yeah.
Because in the book he kind of came across as not as caring, while in the movie he was more caring and understanding of
Yeah.
what
I
Harry
wonder
was going through.
who they would get for Professor Umbridge.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's still a while away.
Once again, they got to get somebody ugly.
Like the thing is like but here's the other crazy thing about Goblet of Fire that like drove me insane. I don't know if you guys know this. Apparently during that dragon chase sequence, this shows you how Mike Newell did not understand Harry Potter. He wanted to burn down the Forbidden Forest during the dragon chase sequence.
I don't blame him with the spiders.
No, like so you have spiders, centaurs, unicorns, and werewolves in the Forbidden Forest. Where are they gonna go when the forest is gone?
That's a good
Never
question.
mind.
Like yeah, he was more angry and has messy hair.
Yeah,
But
I think Sirius will be like more mean spirited in the show.
oh
Well,
my goodness.
at least the troll will be better CGI, and same with the basilisk.
Oh yeah, those will definitely look better. No, the only thing I
Oh, and
wish or
Lupin,
yeah, that's
the
another thing.
werewolf.
Lupin's role was reduced greatly in the
Yeah.
films. Like in Order of the Phoenix, Half Blood Prince, and Deathly Hallows, in the books he had a much larger role.
Mhm.
I mean, for goodness sakes, like
Oh,
like
and
he made
Ron's brother.
oh yeah, Ron's brother in the books was Bill Weasley. His older brother was introduced in Goblet of Fire in the books and appeared in every single book afterwards. In the movies, he did not appear until the first part of Deathly Hallows.
Yep, and I was like,
You
"Who is
know
this?"
You know what they could do though? They could bring back the guy that voiced Dobby though. I think.
Do they have to?
Well, he was perfect as Dobby.
Dobby's another one. Dobby came back in the books in Goblet of Fire and appeared in every single book after Goblet of Fire. Where in the movies, his
They
next
even have
appearance was
the,
Deathly Hallows Part 1.
I
they
hope he's
even have
not as
the
annoying as
elf.
he was in Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, did we get the Spoo plot?
The what? Oh, the
Yes.
spew. Oh,
Yeah.
that silly plot that Hermione had in the Goblet of Fire book.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that was actually one of the things I was glad Mike Newell cut out because like that whole like house elf plot line. I mean, they should bring in the house elf that they did cut out, the house elf Winky that was accused of casting the Dark Mark in the books. They should have that character in. I don't know if we should make Hermione like an elf's rights character.
It
you
would
know
be
that that's
woke.
you
It
woke.
would
Yep,
be woke.
yep. You know they're gonna appeal to the
I
woke
mean, here's
people.
the thing. At best, it's good for the banter for Ron and Hermione because in the book, Ron and Hermione's first kiss in Deathly Hollows was not because of the Horcrux getting destroyed. It was due to Ron finally saying we need to protect the house elves because we don't want another Dobby.
I don't know if that's any better, but
Yeah, yeah, but like, no, it was just like funny because like it just came out of nowhere, and like Harry was witnessing it, and it was like, is this really happening? Like,
yeah, I hope they find a more natural way to do that. Cause yeah,
well, hopefully, like once we get to those later books where there is romance, the romance is written a lot better.
yes, cause the romance in the movies was awful. All
Oh
of
my,
them, all of them.
like Half Blood Prince. The first time Harry and Ginny finally get together in Half Blood Prince was after a Quidditch match. Where like, and it was like it was a great build up moment. Where in the book, it just felt so awkward
Yeah,
because it happened while they were throwing away that potions book in the room requirement.
yeah. That was so bad.
And look, I'm not dogpiling on Harry Potter because I love these movies, but as
Yeah,
far as adapting from the books to film, they did make some mistakes.
And as someone
the
who's not a
half
Potterhead who hasn't read all the books and watching the movies verbatim, there's just certain decisions they make where I'm like, I don't wait, I don't understand why is this
yeah,
happening?
Half Blood Prince. They basically they made the movie. It didn't have anything to do with the Half Blood Prince.
Yeah, I was wondering like, who is that? Who is that Phil Prince?
The
Why is
the,
that
the
so important?
thing the thing is that like they also cut out some things with Harry and Dumbledore learning about Voldemort that they shouldn't have
Oh
cut
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Like here's the thing, Half Blood Prince is considered one of the best books because you learn about Voldemort. The relationship of Harry and Dumbledore is so strong in that book. The buildup of Harry and Ginny's relationship is also very good.
In the movie, he's like,
It became a romantic comedy, the
whoa.
film.
yeah. Why is this a romantic comedy? Why?
Yo, did you know they wanted to have like dancing trolls at one point in the film?
Oh my lord. Oh my god. No, 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 no.
And look, I get it. In the book, there was romance, but like it wasn't like a heavy thing.
No, they would just crowbarred that in the movie. Like I'm all for romance, but it needs to be well written. It needs to feel natural. Nothing felt natural in any of those movies.
The thing is like one thing the movies actually did better than the book was Raicho Chang better in
Oh
the
my
movies
god, that snitch!
because Cho. Well, here's the thing. Did you ever read Order of the Phoenix?
I couldn't finish it to be honest.
Oh my! So you don't mind if I spoil this?
Yeah, I don't care.
In the book, it was actually her friend that tattletale. Because here's the thing: while Cho believed Harry and supported Harry, her friend did not. So like her friend, like Cho kind of forced her friend to join, but like she was very iffy. She ratted out to Umbridge, not Cho.
Mm, okay.
That so like that's why like it really never made sense, and that's the one thing that kind of bugs me about Order of the Phoenix because like Cho would never like rat out, and like even in the movie she was so full of regret for doing it,
Hmm.
and the thing is it's like Cho well here's the thing, Cho in the books was a lot more whiny and was like not a good pairing for Harry because she kind of pushed him to talk about Cedric a lot and she was jealous of Hermione.
Mm.
So like in the book she kind of came across as more unlikable at times, at least in Order of the Phoenix.
Oh.
But at the same time, like she was dealing with the grief of her boyfriend dying in the last book.
So she may end up being a little more unlikable in the reboot.
Well, that's the thing. They're probably going to add more characters, like well, like the Peeves the Poltergeist. Like that character got
Yeah,
kicked out of the movies right away.
I just found out about Peeves when I did that podcast a couple months ago, and everyone was talking about Peeves. I'm like, who's that?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I was like always because here's the thing. Peeves was like a comic relief character in the books, and also in some of the early Harry Potter games, he was always like one of the mini bosses.
Hmm.
Like, he was like one of those like antagonists in the games that you would face throughout Hogwarts, because he would like take steal something from you.
Hmm.
So like Peeves was always like the comic relief character, and I hope like we get to see more of him on the side.
Oh, I'm sure.
Hopefully,
I'm sure they're gonna put Peeves in there now.
hopefully, like Prisoner of Azkaban shows Sir Cadogan, the Mad Portrait.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah, like because he was another funny character.
Hmm.
He was actually in a deleted scene of Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing: Prisoner of Azkaban is like the best made Harry Potter film, but that's another one that differs a lot from the books.
Yeah, as far as from the filmmaking standpoint, yeah, it's probably the best one. But yeah, even that it wasn't exactly like the book.
Because here's the thing: first of all, they never really explained how they knew the Marauders map was correct. They never said, "Oh, we created the Marauders map." In the book, they did. In the movie, they didn't.
Hmm.
So, like, it's just details like that that I hope the show does emphasize.
And for the love of God, will you please get an actor for Harry that has green eyes? Because everyone is complaining about that.
Oh my goodness, like his mother's eyes.
Guys, his mother's eyes. Like, clearly not.
It's like there's definitely a lot of room for improvement for this.
Yeah.
And don't add stuff that is unneeded.
Yeah, like you really didn't need a fight at the Burrow and Half Blood Prince, because we know the Burrow's going to be standing in the next film because Bill and Fleur's wedding is going to happen there.
Hmm.
So like why have a battle there only to destroy it, only for us to know it's going to get rebuilt like in less than a year?
Oh, and keep the continuity with where everything is in Hogwarts, like the tree and the bridge.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah,
changed.
why do they keep adding stuff?
Well, here's the thing. They changed the location of the Whomping Willow.
Yeah, that like what it always confused me. Like that wasn't there the whole time. Oh wait, where was that? I was like, oh wait, there was a bridge. Wait, what?
Well, let's also address the most important thing from the book they need to keep. When Dumbledore asks Harry, "Did your name come out of the Goblet of Fire?"
He said it
Actually, have
calmly.
Dumbledore ask calmly. Don't have
No,
Dumbledore.
I want him to scream and yell it completely.
I
The
know, I am woke,
loudest he's
Isaac.
ever,
No, like
even
please, I
louder
don't
than the movies.
like get an amplifier.
Even.
Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire?
Yeah, and I think if they do the like do 12 episodes per season, that can work. They could. Here's the thing: they could combine some chapters into one episode.
They have to, because like there's no way they're gonna do over 30 episodes.
Yeah, there's no way. Because again, you're gonna cast these kids when they're like preteens.
Yep.
So like, you're also casting kids here. So like, this is gonna take over a good chunk of their childhood, of their teen years, of their early adult years.
Yeah.
So
Hopefully it
like,
won't turn to the Disney and Nickelodeon epidemic with child actors.
oh yeah.
Or Jake Lloyd
Well,
situation.
Yeah.
but well, here's the thing with Goblet of Fire.
Well,
Don't make Dumbledore.
that's the other thing. So, like, if they do a terrible job, the media is gonna blast them, or like do basically do what they did to the prequel actors.
But well,
Yeah.
here's another thing with Dumbledore and Goblet of Fire. Don't make him so angry, because it's not just pushing Harry against something, going, "Did you put your name into the Goblet of Fire?" Like, don't have him be like, don't have it where he's like also like going, "Attention,
Attention!
Or,
Or what about Voldemort? What about Voldemort? Like, Harry Potter is dead. Ha ha.
Voldemort was fine, but here's the thing: actually give him red eyes and actually make him seem menacing, like, and give him the hood. Like, here's the thing: Prisoner in Sorcerer's Stone, the flashback sequence where you see Voldemort in a hood going out to like Godric's Hollow, that actually still gives me chills to this day.
Mm,
Like,
yeah,
that used to scare me as a kid, but like like honestly, like you got to give like Voldemort that scary feeling. Like
yeah,
Ralph Fiennes did a great job,
but
but
like
it feels
like
like after Goblet of Fire, he stopped being menacing.
I slightly disagree with that. I still think he kept his intimidating stuff in
What about the snake?
Oh, the snake freaked me out.
yeah, Nagini.
Well, Voldemort was still intimidating, but I'm saying like when he appeared on screen, it was like the goosebumps that I got from Goblet of Fire when he came back weren't really there when he appeared in the Ministry in Order of the Phoenix.
I mean, I guess I see what you're saying. Yeah, though I think with Goblet of Fire they made it like more dramatic because it was the return of Voldemort. So it's
Well,
like,
well, well, Mike Newell wanted to make the film like dark and groundbreaking.
well, it was definitely dark.
I wouldn't say it was groundbreaking. I feel like Prisoner of Azkaban was more groundbreaking for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
CJH, I don't know if I want to show that because of copyright.
But
Well, what is it?
it's a
It's
loop.
it's a clip of Voldemort laughing.
Oh, nope, nope, don't show it.
Yeah, I don't want because Warner Brothers is a lot more strict when it comes to copyright.
Yeah.
But like, no,
Even
no,
if
like,
it's
well,
like
here's
a
the
2 second loop.
what were you guys' thoughts when like Voldemort like out of nowhere in Deathly Hallows like hugged Malfoy? Because like I was like when I first saw that in theaters, I was like, I don't remember this.
I mean, I didn't think nothing about it. I haven't read the Deathly Hallows book, so I don't know what he was supposed to do. But I mean,
Oh, and
I
the
think that's
whole
just more of like a. I think that was just adding more to Voldemort's like presence and his power over his army or whatever, and his influence on the Malfoys in general. So I didn't really think anything about it.
oh, it
True.
goes other one the Malfoys. But what about the introduction to the students in Goblet of Fire?
Well, here's another thing Mike Newell made a mistake. So in the movies, he made it seem like Bobak the I can't pronounce it the academy and Drumstring were like all girl and all boy schools, while in the books they have students of all genders. Like
Yeah,
Bobak's like however it's pronounced had male
Don't say that.
students.
You'll scare J.K. Rowling.
Well, and so like they presented it where like one school was an all girls school and one school was an all boys school, where in reality it wasn't like that.
oh, I was kind of like, I was a bit confused when I saw that for the first time because like this is the first time they're like addressing other schools and like I wanted to know more about them. But they barely go into the other schools, so and even to now know it's like that's not how it actually is. Now it's even more confusing.
Yeah.
So what was the point of them even doing all girls and all boys? Why did they decide to do that?
Does America have a school?
Yeah, Ilvermorny.
Yeah, and Fleur, that's another character that like had more character in the books than in the movies. Like in the book, Fleur was very stuck up and
Can
like
you
thought
highlight
nothing of Harry
Isaac's
until
comment?
Harry saved her sister. Then all of a sudden, her and Harry were like friends.
Mm.
Did you highlight
Also,
Isaac's comment?
oh my, CJH told me New York isn't real.
I can confirm.
Oh, okay, CJH. Oh, by the way, yeah, New York did appear in the Fantastic Beasts movies.
And yeah, and they do talk about Ilvermorny as well.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. They could have done that.
Honestly,
Well,
well, I don't know if you're ready to go into the like what other ideas you would do for Wizarding World, but like that'd be one of the ideas I would want to do,
yeah.
explore the other wizarding schools.
But yeah. Also with Fleur, like there was more to her character also in the books because in Half Blood Prince, that's when everyone found out that Bill and Fleur were engaged, and like Mrs. Weasley and Ginny were so against him, but like Harry was always sticking up for Fleur, and like Harry and Fleur were still good friends, and like during the Malfoy Manor incident in Deathly Hollows, like she helped Hermione deal with that or with her getting tortured, like Fleur took care of Hermione
Hmm.
afterwards, and like also because Bill got bit by Greyback and Half Blood Prince, they just hinted at it in in the movie in Deathly Hallows. But like she showed that she wasn't shallow by saying, "I don't care like how he looks. I'm still gonna marry him because I love him."
Oh, that's cute.
So like it showed like you saw like Fleur was not just a pretty face. Like she was caring for others.
Hmm.
So like that's another thing. Like they gotta add like they gotta give some of these characters that were kind of one dimensional and like not had that much character like Ron, Ginny, Lupin, Fleur. They gotta do them justice
Yeah.
in this show.
Yeah.
Now, before we get into other ideas for the Wizarding World, I do want to say the reason I'm so conflicted about this, despite all these things that we've said, is that it's still hard to see anyone else playing these characters.
Yeah, because like the for the most part, I mean, I know the Potterheads can nitpick about the casting, but for the most part, that cast for the original movies, like it was for the most part very spot on. Or whatever actors weren't exactly how they were described in the books, they made it their own. You know, it's very rare that you have a cast this huge and they all, you know, blended into that universe so well, and that most of them stayed for as many films as they did. That doesn't happen a lot nowadays. So,
Yeah, I mean, there were rumors that like Emma Watson wanted to leave after Order of the Phoenix, but she hung around still. But
mhm,
like outside of that, like no one really want was ever really out. Like if they had to recast, it was because of two reasons. With Dumbledore, because Richard Harris passed away.
mhm,
With Tom Riddle, it was because the actor that played Tom Riddle in Chamber of Secrets was too old by the time Half Blood Prince came out, but the actor did have interest.
mhm.
So like if things had worked out and he wasn't too old, he would have came back to play Tom
What
Riddle
about
in
the
those movies.
whitewashing? What about the
Wait,
whitewashing?
the whitewashing?
Remember, yeah, the what's her name? Lavender.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
Well, apparently, like in the books, the character Lavender Brown was not white.
Well, no, in the first, well, I
Oh,
don't know
oh, oh,
about
no,
that,
no, no,
but
not in
in
the
the
book. It was in
first
the
movie,
first
in the
film.
movie,
In like the early films, Lavender Brown, like in the background, was played. That's what I forgot. Sorry, thanks for reminding me, CGH. Apparently, Lavender Brown was played by a black actress, but then like she got recast in Half Blood Prince.
Okay, well,
because she
that's
had
one of those
more of a.
instances of why does that matter? Because
Especially, well, to be fair, also, Lavender Brown never was referred to as Lavender in those early films. Like no one was like, "Oh, hey, Lavender, like what's going on in like Chamber of
What I
Secrets?"
mean
Or
is, she didn't have like a major speaking role in the other
yeah,
film, but
but like
in
no
this
one really
one,
addressed her by name in those films.
yeah, so like I that's one of those instances where it's like I don't really care.
I mean, let's be real. And for like all the Harry Potter films, the only Gryffindor characters that besides Harry, Ron, Hermione, and any Weasleys that appeared throughout the films was Neville, Seamus, and Dean. Pravati Patel did not appear until like
that was
Prisoner of
another one.
Azkaban.
I was gonna say Neville's backstory.
Oh yeah, they gotta do more with exploring Neville's backstory.
Yeah, they do.
That's another thing. But again, like these actors were so iconic. It's like Daniel Radcliffe was phenomenal as Harry. Like and again, a lot of these actors they were good right from when they were kids.
Yeah.
That's
I
And
mean, yeah, the first couple of movies, it wasn't like fantastic, but like as the movies went on, he did get great.
but like even as kids, I thought that they were a lot better than most child actors
Yeah,
would be at that age.
yeah.
Like if you were to compare Daniel Radcliffe's performance of Harry Potter and Sorcerer's Stone to Jake Lloyd's performance in Phantom Menace, it's a no-brainer. Daniel Radcliffe acted circles, and again, for Jake Lloyd, that was unfair what he went through, getting bullied and those like tauntings that people did.
Hmm.
But let's be real, Daniel Radcliffe was a lot better at a young age.
Yeah.
Like so, like even then, like that's the thing. You gotta pick kids that fit this role. And also, you got to find a crew that has patience working with young people and kids. Like Chris Columbus, because of his experience in other films like Home Alone, had did was the right choice, I think, at the time because he had a lot of patience with kids that age
Yep.
and was very helpful and good with guiding them.
Yep. He's very man. Chris Columbus was very underrated with the Wizarding World, and man, he did such a great job laying the foundation. And as you said, like being so patient with the child actors, and was able to get a really good performance out of all of them.
And again, I say that because I'm someone that's worked in childcare for like the last few years. So like you need to have a lot of patience, especially in any type of job when it comes to working with kids, even in the Hollywood industry. And as much shit as I was giving Mike Newell before about how he changed things around with Goblet of Fire for better or worse, one thing that people praise him a lot is how good he was working with the teenagers in that film.
Uh,
Wait, that's still not happened?
I I don't know if I can fully go with you there.
What did you hear?
Huh?
Wait, like what? You heard something different?
Oh no! It's just like me watching the movie. I'm like, there was some decisions made with the.
No, the behind the scenes, like he's like they had a lot of fun with him, like behind the scenes, like he got them like pumped up, like in between filming.
Okay.
Like
Well,
that's what
then
I'm talking about, like
okay.
behind the scenes, like helping actors with their lines, like getting along with everyone.
Oh, okay. Well,
Like that's kind of what I mean when I talk about Mike Newell, like because you got to have like also a director that is patient with these teens and kids.
mhm. Though I think at that point when Mike Newell was doing Goblet of Fire, most of the kids like they're like 17, 18 years old, so it's like I don't think they would have gave him as much of a hard time as the earlier movies.
True, but even like teenagers and like young adults can still probably be a bit hard.
Mm.
So like I feel like even then like he did a good job like getting them especially for a big film like that. But like every Harry Potter director I felt like had a really good relationship with the cast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Alfonso Cuarón had a very good relationship with the cast. So you got to find someone that not only has the patience and can find the right actors for these roles, but also somebody that can like get along with everyone and because you can have a big cast.
You know who I'm surprised they never got to do this person never got to direct a Wizarding World film, and he was in a Harry Potter movie. Freaking Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah, like here's the thing, his first Thor film is actually underrated.
It is. It is.
It's an underrated film, honestly. So like the fact that they never thought to get him. Oh, I loved him as Lockhart as well. Like he was the
Yeah.
perfect.
I have a question.
Sure.
Do you think the fact that they're remaking Harry Potter of all movies, do you think it's inevitable that Star Wars will be remade?
Not anytime soon. Probably
No.
not even in our lifetime. Maybe when we're really old, if the franchise starts to not succeed with the current timeline, then maybe. But I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Yeah,
You don't
because
see A New
they
Hope being remade?
no, they ain't gonna
No,
remake A New Hope.
no.
Are
At
you
least not
kidding
in
me?
our
With
lifetime.
the climate of Star Wars fandom, like here's the thing, they already announced they're gonna make a sequel to Rise of Skywalker, that they're gonna do a movie that's kind of ties into Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, and Ahsoka, and they're gonna be doing like a prequel to like Phantom Menace that takes place many years before. They still got fresh ideas or like ideas to keep this thing going. I
Yeah.
think with Harry Potter, because they're based on books, like
Same
and
with
like it's
Lord of
kind
the
of hard
Rings.
to do original Harry Potter stuff without J.K. Rowling's approval.
Actually, I think it'd be very easy. She just needs to stop being so stubborn about everything.
Because like again, J.K. Rowling has such a big influence on this franchise still.
Mm.
But
With like Lord of the Rings, I guess.
That's a whole other can of worms
That's a
too.
whole other can of worms. I agree with DL. But yeah, no, like it's just so hard because the movies mean so much to me because it was actually the Harry Potter movies that got me into like loving movies in general.
But that theme better stay.
Like
I don't
So
know.
iconic.
We might hear different music, man. We might.
yeah, no, like but yeah, no, like just how everything looks in the special effects like after Chamber of Secrets the special effects when they got better.
They did.
Like they like Prisoner of Azkaban was like cinema. Like
Yes.
fantastic
Cinema.
cinematography.
I
That's
know,
why
I
it's one of
know. I
my
was just
favorite
making a joke.
movie. It's one of my favorite movies, even though it's very different from the book. But like, I love that movie. That and Goblet of Fire are the two Harry Potter movies I've rewatched the most.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, again, and also like Snape. Alan Rickman did such a phenomenal job. Like the
Yeah.
expectation to find someone to play Snape is gonna be
I don't
bigger.
think I've ever watched one Harry Potter movie over all the other ones.
For me,
Because
it's
I
Sorcerer's
usually
Stone in
watch
order to get
all
it.
of them.
Well, also
But
because like
my favorite two are the Chamber of Secrets and the Azkaban.
Prisoner of
But
Azkaban.
Tom Riddle in the Chamber of Secrets was perfectly cast.
oh yeah, that young actor was really good.
Mm. Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I guess because like I don't know if you guys remember when ABC Family before it was Freeform used to have the Harry Potter movie rights and did the Harry Potter weekends.
Yep.
I
Yep.
used to rewatch it all the time, and like I remember like I would watch Prisoner of Azkaban, and Goblet of Fire nonstop on there before I got it on DVD.
Hmm.
Well, that's a bit ahead, classy. Like we still got to find a cast for Sorcerer's Stone.
Include an epilogue and a glimpse of the trio jobs. Wait, what?
No, like I guess like how like the like I guess like when they do the 19 years later epilogue,
Oh, oh. Um,
that's a long time away.
yeah. Okay. Now here's my question. If um if they get to finishing all 7 books, do you think they will be brave enough to do Cursed Child?
The thing is, it's like the thing is, I feel like Cursed Child is still an option they have on the table, even if they go through with this series.
Here's a question. Do you think they would take notes from the Cursed Child and race swap some of the characters?
No, no, I don't think they're gonna do. I don't think they're gonna do that if they decide to go with the original cast. Although here's the thing.
I was,
This is the thing I'm gonna bring up. I don't think they're gonna race swap Hermione,
if they
but
race if they race swap Hermione in the reboot, we're gonna get Cursed Child. We're getting
I feel like Hermione is the most likely of the Golden Trio to get recasted because Emma Watson doesn't really do that much acting. She's very involved in activism nowadays.
Well,
So
what
like
happened
this is
with
something
that? So, like, Daniel Radcliffe wasn't in many movies, and now he's in a lot of movies. And Emma Watson was in a lot of movies, and now she's not in a lot of movies.
well, I
That's where
think
I'm
Daniel
saying
And then
like
the
Radcliffe.
Ron actor is starting to get back into movies.
Well, I
that's
think
where I'm
the
saying
thing
like
is.
when they sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, you can go, yeah, because I gotta think like how I want to like say this.
Okay, that's where I was saying like that's why I think that's why they're confirming the reboot because they they tried to get the original 3 and it's like if one of them wasn't going to come back, I don't think they thought it was worth doing uh Cursed Child continuing off of the movies if they can't get at least those 3 actors back. I think they didn't see a point in doing it. So
I
they're like
think what
reboot it.
happened. I think what happened is all the original actors saw that the Hagrid actor passed away, and then I think that probably stopped things.
I mean, that was probably the nail in the coffin for sure, but definitely I think it's because they couldn't get Emma, Daniel, and Rupert back.
Well, don't forget like Alan Rickman passed away back in 2016.
Yeah,
So
but
and Snape
I
plays
think
a
they're
big
very
role in
close.
Cursed Child. So it's like
I
that's first
think
of all the big nail in the coffin, because it's like, how do you handle like
what I
how
mean
exactly
is
do
the
you handle
actors.
Snape's role?
Again,
What,
loose
what
adaptation.
what I mean is the actors were probably very close with the Hagrid actor.
Yeah. Well,
He
they were
was
also
in a
close to
lot of
Alan
roles.
Rickman. Like they were so
That's true.
like the thing is, it's like it's
Wait,
a
no,
frustrating situation.
wasn't Alan? Didn't Alan not like them? I could have
What?
sworn I saw something that Alan wasn't really the biggest fan or criticized them a couple times.
But like they also, well, here's the thing. Like Alan Rickman was critical, I think, of the role, and at one point considered leaving it, and that's why he knew right away what was going to happen, because he said to J.K. Rowling, "Tell me like where this character ends up," so I because he wanted to see exactly how important Snape was going to be. Yeah, I felt bad for Rupert just because like Ron was so underutilized in the films.
Yeah.
But I guess we can, that leads into the next part. So it's like, regardless of how the show turns out, what are like other ways they could keep the Wizarding World going? Because I feel like you don't need, while there are good ideas for the reboot, this isn't the only way to keep the Harry Potter franchise going. Like obviously you can do Cursed Child if
Tell a
you can find a good
Voldemort
adaptation.
origin story.
That
I actually have a bunch of ideas if they kept the same continuity. I have a spreadsheet. Should I go through it?
Yeah, because I got some ideas as well. And CJH, we actually had the same idea of a Voldemort origin story. But D, I'll share some of your ideas.
Okay, that actually was one of my ideas as well. That we do a Voldemort spin-off movie showing his well, I wouldn't say exactly his origins, but just I would say have like show the stuff with his mother, and that could also we could also show Tom Riddle in Hogwarts, and like we could see how both of those stories intertwine. So that would be my idea for Voldemort. Um, what Another idea that I think a lot of people were asking for over the past few years is the stuff with the Marauders. So they should do I think they should do a spinoff where um, James, Sirius, Wormtail, and Lupin, um, when they were young, and then showing the conflict between James and Snape. That would be a really good, and the first Wizarding War, and them making the first Order of the Phoenix. That would be a really cool thing to do. Probably, I think probably be rather it be a series because to give it enough time to like develop. Um, since unfortunately we're not going to see the payoff with Dumbledore and Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts movies, this is what they should have done from the beginning. They should just done a standalone Dumbledore project, maybe be a series or a movie or something like that, and actually show the build up between Dumbledore and Grindelwald, and we actually see the great battle that they have between each other. Saying that they said it was like one of the biggest wizard battles ever. Like I would do that story as well. Um, I would, and also I like this project probably people won't like care for as much, but I think it'll be a really cute idea because as we said before, there has not been a good love story in the Harry Potter movies at all. But one of the few things that came close was the stuff with Newt and Tina. So and since the Fantastic Beasts movie started to transition into the Dumbledore Grindelwald story, I would actually do just a spin-off following Newt and Tina, and then we could actually have more focus on the Fantastic Beasts because that's one of the my complaints with the movies is that it didn't spend enough time with just focusing on that. So I would do a spinoff with Newt and Tina, and then we could see the stuff with the how he um found out the Fantastic Beasts, and then that could also transition to how he had his influence on the wizarding world as far as like making the laws with the werewolves and stuff like that. We would see that whole thing. Um, and then Quidditch. We need a Quidditch spinoff. We like that needs to be a movie. I don't know why they haven't done more with Quidditch. We need to do a Quidditch project. Um, and then I would be one of those. Since going back to Cursed Child, if we got the original actors back, I would be brave enough to do Cursed Child, but it would be very loose. I would barely follow the books. I would probably have the main like characters there, of course, like Albus Potter. We need that all that stuff, but I would not follow the books. Maybe very little I will follow for the books, but I would try to do Cursed Child with a different adaptation of that. And then I said earlier about we could have more development with the other wizarding schools like Ilvermorny. That's the American wizarding school. There's one in Africa. There's one in Japan. There's one in I think there's one in is there one in France? I'm not sure, but like I would have more development there. Maybe they could be like one-offs. I don't know if I would do a show for each of them, but I would maybe do some one-offs to just establish the other Wizarding worlds.
What
Give them.
about different eras, like the origins of the Wizarding world?
Oh yeah, because I think that would be cool too, specifically with the four founders, because a lot of people want to see stuff with the four founders. So I would do something with that, the founders of Hogwarts. That would be really cool. And I know this is probably, since the game come out, I know that it would be very typical of them to do, but like do something that's like based off of the Hogwarts Legacy game, because like for the longest time, one of the reasons I would want to do this is because for most of the movies, it was always about Gryffindor and Slytherin, with a little bit of Hufflepuff, a little bit of Ravenclaw on the side. So I think I would do a Hogwarts Legacy show where I would have like four friends from Hogwarts, each be from a different house. One from Gryffindor, one from Slytherin, one from Hufflepuff, one from Ravenclaw. They all become friends. They equally have developments from their different houses, and I would make a story about that. So that's the gist of my. Oh yeah, Nicholas Flamel. I would do something with Nicholas Flamel as well, because like we don't get enough development with him, and he's like very important to the Wizarding world. I would have something with him as well. And finally, I'm done after this. Um, um, shoot. What's his name? Merlin. Merlin. I would have something with Merlin because Merlin has been referenced a lot of times in the Wizarding world. So I would do a spin-off movie with him, to see his influence on the Wizarding world.
What if Jesus was a wizard?
Oh my goodness. I don't know about that, but it's like
Well,
I like a
they do
lot.
have Christmas. They celebrate Christmas.
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, I have like a lot of the same ideas that DL has with the especially with like the Marauders, because it's like the problem with Fantastic Beasts wasn't that it was a prequel series. I think people wouldn't mind a Harry Potter prequel series, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's a movie or show.
Yeah.
It's what the prequel's about.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have no problem with the first Fantastic Beasts film, but it's like they had to rely on the Dumbledore versus Grindelwald thing to get people to go see them,
Yeah.
because that connects to the main Harry Potter films. But
Mm.
like nothing against Newt Scamander, he's a likable character, but he was also kind of a boring character at times.
To be fair, it's based on like a 20-page book, isn't it?
But like to me, like my favorite character in the Fantastic Beasts films was was the human character that Dan Fogler played.
Oh, Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob. Like he to me was the MVP of that franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really like that character. The Voldemort origin story to me, like that could work as both an HBO Max limited series and or a movie.
Yeah.
Like you can like split it up into like three parts where it's like you cover his Hogwarts days in one film,
Mm-hmm.
then you can cover like his early days after, and then you can cover like how he officially became Voldemort, how he looked the way he did.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing a lot of people don't realize was that Tom Riddle was a very handsome man until he started creating the Horcruxes.
Hmm.
And the more he created, the more he became Lord Voldemort.
Yeah, which like we don't see in the movie. Like he starts off pretty, and then the next time we see him, oh, he's a steak man.
Like the thing
Does
is,
he,
like
does he have
this
a
is
nose in the book?
he had like the snake like nostrils. I'm pretty sure.
Mm,
I gotta like recheck, but in Half Blood Prince, this is what frustrated me about the film version of Half Blood Prince. They cut out some memories of Voldemort.
hmm
Like they showed how Voldemort and and him interacting with victims because to create a Horcrux, you gotta kill someone.
hmm
So they showed like how he created. I think it was like the Hufflepuff, the cup of Hufflepuff that was shown in Deathly Hollows. They
hmm
showed how he created that one by killing someone, and he did it by using his good looks and charm to trick the person.
hmm
And then they showed another memory where I think it was like his early days of becoming Lord Voldemort. It was like the parting of the ways that him and Dumbledore had because one thing that's not explored in the films is he was interested in the Defense Against the Dark Arts job.
hmm
Like you want to know why they always have a Defense Against the Dark Art new professor in Defense Against the Dark Arts every year?
Because he put a curse on them.
He put a curse on it. So like he interviewed for the job and I mean he didn't look fully like Voldemort, but he was starting to show those features.
Mm.
He interviewed for the job one last time and Dumbledore turned him down. And that's when he put the curse.
Mm.
So like the memories kind of showed the different stages of Tom Riddle's life before he became Voldemort.
Mm.
Like that's what a lot of people, general audiences, don't really realize.
Yeah, so maybe that hopefully that'll be something they could they'll like, elaborate on in the reboot of why that keeps happening. Um, Classy Ulysses, we talk about what if a Muggle found out about the Wizarding World and just goes for an adventure? Well, they already did that. Jacob Kowalski in the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Yeah, it's called Fantastic Beasts, and where to find them.
Yep.
Like,
but that would be a cool idea if they wanted to do something different for with a different character. But like, I feel like we already got that with Jacob.
well, one idea, and this is actually from a play that my friend was involved in, my friend from work, where it's like this play was like on Staten Island, where he played this character that got sorted into Hufflepuff that went to Hogwarts the same time Harry, Ron, Hermione did, and he was from America, so he was a transfer student, and like they showed what he was up to during the events of every Harry Potter book. So maybe they could do they I think what would be interesting and like you could probably do this like animated as well. You can like maybe have it where like a character that wasn't in the books or whatever, what his point of view is during all this stuff happening and what adventures he goes on.
Mm.
CJH, what were you trying to show before?
Oh, nothing. That was just a funny thing that I saw.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, like speaking of animated stuff, like I kept thinking they could do something that's similar to like Star Wars Visions or Love, Death and Robots, where they could tell like short stories in the Wizarding world, and like some of them could follow like original characters, some of them could follow like legacy characters, stuff like that, and they could be different animation styles, and it could cover different parts of the Wizarding world that we haven't seen before.
Oh well, what if they did like a what if? Because there's so many what ifs in the Harry Potter world.
That would be very interesting as well.
Like for example, like what if
What
Sirius
if
Black was
Harry
not
Potter
framed for
died?
murder?
What
Wait,
if
what?
Harry Potter died?
What are you trying to say, CJH?
What if Harry Potter died?
Oh my goodness.
What if Harry
Like,
Potter
what
was
if
a
he died?
Slytherin?
Or like, well, Depends, CJH. Like, what are you saying? Like when he dies as a if he died as a baby, or like if he
Yeah,
truly died at the end of Deathly Hallows?
as a baby.
As a baby.
I mean that'd be a dark what if, but it would be interesting to see what would happen.
Well, they already look. The Wizarding World is dark now.
I mean, yeah, like that. I mean, like some ideas could be like, what if like Sirius Black was not framed for murder? What if Cedric Diggory survived Goblet of Fire?
Yeah, that would be cool.
Like, what if what if like
What if
Ron
Tom
believed
Riddle? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
what if Ron believed Harry and Hermione didn't believe Harry during Goblet of Fire?
Mhm. What if Tom Riddle became Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher?
Oh my goodness, yeah. Like what if like yeah, what if he got the job? Like the thing is like
What
you can
if it was all in Harry's head? He's actually
Oh, that's
uh,
literally Twilight Breaking Dawn right there.
what if Dudley was a wizard?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my.
no, I mean like
Or like
almost
what
like
if like
Joker, where it's like Harry's actually in a an asylum or something.
I mean considering
He's actually-
How the Dursleys treated him and saw him, I wouldn't be surprised if like they did try locking him up in a mental hospital.
Mm.
I mean like oh here's one. What if the Dursleys were actually carrying people?
What if the Dursleys were right?
The Dursleys were right.
Oh my I tell you that the Dursleys were quite the interesting people.
Mm.
Not in a good way.
And that,
I do like the Marauders idea. That was another idea I had as well.
mhm.
And again, you can do like one film like
What if Hagrid was actually kidnapping Harry?
Oh my god. I don't think I could watch that.
well, like with the Marauders, like maybe you can do a film while that when they're in Hogwarts. The second film could be the early days of the Order of the Phoenix.
What if the boat sank on the way to Hogwarts?
Oh
Jesus
boy!
Christ.
And what if the third film in the Marauder series was kind of like Revenge of the Sith, where like that's
If
the
the
film where
snake ate Harry Potter.
hold on, CJ, hold on, where like the third film in the Marauder series shows Harry's parents getting killed by Voldemort and the curse backfiring.
I mean that's that would be cool. That's the thing though, because like I'm not sure how they could stretch that out into 3 movies. Like I feel like it would be a Hobbit situation, but that's the thing. What would be the climax of that would lead to the death of the Potters?
Yeah, that's a good point.
But I mean, I'll be open to it if they wanted to make it a trilogy. That would be fine.
And the thing is, here's the thing. Like, obviously, you have to get younger actors to play Harry's parents, Sirius, Lupin, Snape. But I
Yeah.
feel like if you're able to, you can also maybe get some of the original actors back. Like, you can maybe get Ralph Fiennes to return as Voldemort. If Michael Gambon's open to it, maybe get him to return as Dumbledore.
Hmm. Yeah.
If Maggie Smith is open to it, get her to come back as McGonagall.
Well, that one might be.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a stretch, but I feel like
yeah.
you can get Ralph Fiennes back as Voldemort.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you saw a fan film on YouTube called the Great Wizarding War, or I think they did a Marauders like short film as well, and they had everyone casted as like the younger um James and everyone else. Like they were really spot on. Like I'll be okay if like they get a bunch of unknowns. Hopefully that will be their approach when they do the reboot as well. But yeah.
Oh my goodness, class! So you're gonna turn Harry Potter into Star Wars?
Wait, what did it say? Ron, you are my oh brother.
Yeah. Here's the thing that kind of kills me reading that. Actually, the thing that kills me about the films and how they treated Ron. I don't know if any of you guys ever read Harry Potter fan fiction, but a lot of fanfic writers like to make Ron a bad guy.
Yeah, I'm not aware of that. I don't really.
Oh my goodness. There's like it's literally like a lot of they use that moment in Goblet of Fire when Ron doesn't believe Harry and stretch it out to make Ron like this big douchebag. Like for
Oh,
the entirety of the rest of the films and books.
oh, okay. That's weird. But
It's like and like they make him this dumb character. And it's like I can tell some of these people do not read the books. Nice background, CGH. But it's like I can really tell like some of these fanfic writers like they yeah, like this is what I'm talking about. Classy knows what I'm talking about. Like a lot of Ron bashing in fan fiction. Yeah, like a lot of fans they make Ron like seem like this bad guy. So what's this say got CJH?
This,
Announcing Harry
if
Potter
I can
Magic
zoom,
Awaken.
I can't zoom in on that.
What is this?
I don't know. Let me see if I can zoom in.
Oh, this was a year ago, so we missed it.
Yeah. You know what they could have done? They could have done a cartoon remake.
nobody's gonna watch an animated Harry Potter
I
show
mean, unless it's like an animated What If, like Marvel has.
or the Star Wars Visions thing I said earlier.
Yeah, like the Star Wars Vision thing that DL had.
They could have, though. It could have been cool.
Yeah, this is another thing. Some of this fan fiction that makes Ron a bad guy makes Draco a good guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's some women that swoon over Draco.
Yo, like clearly there are people that will pair Draco Malfoy with Hermione in fan fiction.
Yep. Yep. One of my
What
friends do that. One of my friends did that.
What if Edward shows up?
Oh,
Uh,
Cedric. Well, I mean, I keep forgetting.
Oh
Pattinson.
damn!
Cedric
I
Diggory.
forgot he's actually in the movie.
Yeah,
Damn, I was talking about
Cedric
Edward.
Diggory.
I wanted a crossover.
the way they portrayed it in Goblet of Fire, that's like the saddest death in the movies.
Yeah.
Because the father's like crying over Cedric's body, and the music is so sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
I want to see. So the scene that they cut out from the Deathly Hollows was the sad goodbye from the Dursleys to Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, that's right. They actually had a moment where Harry actually like has a moment with like his aunt and his cousin.
Mm.
Like Dudley like finally made amends with Harry and told him he didn't think he was a waste of space. And like Petunia like tells Harry like she like you didn't just lose a mom that night, I lost a sister. Like they
Well, I
actually
think-
gave some of the Dursleys heart.
Well, didn't the movie version that they deleted, the scene that they deleted was better than the book? Quote.
Well, here's the thing. In like the book, I'm pretty sure Dudley thanked Harry and was like and wanted to know why Harry wasn't coming with them because he was actually worried about Harry.
And Dobby's death too.
Oh, that was sad.
I didn't like Dobby, but I guess it's sad for people that like.
Well, here's the thing.
Heartless monster.
Dobby in the later books is like a loyal character to Harry.
Oh boy, so we're gonna get more Dobby in the reboot.
Well, here's the thing. In Goblet of Fire, Dobby was the one that helped Harry get through the second task. Which honestly, I'm kind of glad they had it. They
You
made
think
Neville.
Dobby is gonna look uglier?
They made Neville the one in Goblet of Fire to do that. I don't know what they're gonna do with Dobby's design. Here's the thing: a lot of the things that Neville did in the books, I mean, on the books in the movies, Dobby did in the books, which actually I think was actually kind of an improvement because it gave Neville more to do.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing: in Order of the Phoenix, it was Dobby that knew about the room requirement, not Neville.
Oh.
And again, like it was Dobby in the book that helped Harry with the second task, not Neville.
Oh. Glad they made that change.
Mortal.
Wait, what?
Moaning Mortal. Ghost.
Immortal? Oh, the Ghost?
Oh, Myrtle.
Moni
The
Myrtle.
bathroom one.
Only
Yeah.
Myrtle. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That character. Oh, she's also in the later books a lot as well.
Mm,
Well, I mean, we know. Well, I know she was in Goblet of Fire in the movie,
mm-hmm.
and she was also in Half Blood Prince in the book.
Uh,
So, like, yeah, those are other characters that they cut out. Trying to think, the Quidditch thing. I remember hearing about the Quidditch thing that you brought up before, DL. Like, people were saying, "Oh, they should do a Quidditch film."
yeah. Yeah, I would totally watch that.
Wasn't there like 5 chapters of the Quidditch?
But like, you can probably stretch it out into like a 2 hour film. It doesn't need to be more than 2 hours. You can even make it like an hour and 40 minute film.
Yeah, because like I was mad that we didn't see the World Cup in Goblet of Fire, and going back to what I talked about the video game because they had like different locations and a different like different in different continents and stuff like that. So that's another way of them expanding the world, expanding the Wizarding world and seeing other nations, I guess. So I think that would be cool to see.
Well, like what annoyed me in the later films was like it felt like Quidditch was greatly reduced after Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, it was.
Like Prisoner of Azkaban, for example, one of the key things of the Prisoner of Azkaban book was that Gryffindor wanted to win the House Cup for once, and they only had one Quidditch match in the movie. While in the book there were several.
Mm.
Order of the Phoenix. One of the key things in the Order of the Phoenix book was Umbridge banned Harry and the Weasley twins from playing Quidditch after a Quidditch match.
Uh,
That would be one thing I would have kept it. I would have put in the Order of the Phoenix movie because it would show just how much Umbridge is ruining Harry's Hogwarts experience because that's a thing that he loved that she took away from him.
mm. I mean,
Half-Blood Prince. One of the key things. Harry was the Quidditch captain. They reduced that story.
yeah.
You're gonna say something, Dio?
I was just gonna say. I mean, I think we got a good idea that Umbridge was ruining his life in the movie.
But still, like she made it where like to the point where like she locked up his firebolt. He couldn't even fly like when he was not flying for Quidditch.
Yeah, yeah,
So like the power like she had like was just crazy. And also in Order of the Phoenix, that's when Ron first joined the Quidditch team, and Ron sucked at first, but then like over throughout the course of the book, he was improving.
hmm
So like that's another thing that they kind of cut out. And also, Order of the Phoenix was the first time like Ginny, like we knew Ginny Weasley can fly and play Quidditch because she took over as Seeker when Harry got kicked off.
hmm
So like that's another cool thing about Ginny that they took away from the movies, well, from the books that they didn't put
yeah,
in the movies.
yeah.
I'm trying to think like what other things they can probably do. I mean, they can also maybe like show like I guess the early days of Hogwarts with like Godric Gryffindor, Salazar Slytherin,
Yeah,
and
the,
like
the four founders. Yeah,
yeah, the founders. That'd be an interesting like concept. I think.
yeah,
I don't know if they're gonna continue the Fantastic Beast stuff, but like maybe you can continue the Dumbledore Grindelwald stuff.
yeah. I was saying that they should do like they should this is what they should have done in the first place, but like I think they should do like a standalone Dumbledore series or movie, and then that leads up to the battle between him and Grindelwald.
And the thing is like I feel like that's a good way to lead into. I'm actually looking up right now. When did Dumbledore defeat Grindelwald? I feel like okay. So the final duel between Dumbledore and Grindelwald took place in November 1945. So this was like I think around the time like Voldemort was like leaving Hogwarts or like was in his later Hogwarts years.
hmm
So like you could also use that as a way to move into Voldemort's origin.
Anyway, yeah,
So like you that's a good way to like, set up the next dark wizard and maybe see the point of view of Voldemort about Grindelwald and his defeat.
Mhm. Yeah, the only thing is like, I wouldn't want um Tom Riddle to take away too much from Dumbledore and Grindelwald's story. So they could do like subtle hints to him, but like I still want that those two to be the main focus of that.
Yeah. And by the way, okay, I gotta exit out of Harry Potter Wikipedia because it's slowing my computer down.
Mhm.
Because I'm trying to like look up like because I think the Chamber of Secrets was open 1943. I'm trying to like refresh my mind on certain things, like the
Mhm.
little details. So it's like some of the stuff like Voldemort was doing was like right around this time.
Mhm.
So like you could have like had it where like all this stuff is happening at the same time, and then segue or go into the next Dark Wizard, like the Rise of Voldemort.
Mhm.
Yeah, 1945 when World War II ended. That's kind of fitting.
Yeah.
So it's like they got so many ideas that they can do to keep the Harry Potter thing going.
Yeah, they could have they could have expanded more on the other stuff. Um I know, like everyone's like, I've heard this argument before. It's like, are people going to be interested in Wizarding World projects if Harry Potter's not in it? Yes, yes, it's possible. It's
Well,
possible.
yeah. I mean, if you pick characters that people are familiar with, if you do the Marauders, people I think would go see it because they know Sirius, Lupin, Snape. So like they and like James and Lily. So it's like if it's characters that people are already familiar with, they'll go see it.
Hmm.
And again, if you don't want to make it into a movie, you can make it into an HBO Max series.
Or Max series now.
Oh yeah, it's called Max now.
Like, oh boy,
Uh,
that's the best
You
they could
don't
CGH.
know. You don't know.
Oh my!
Right.
Oh no! My goodness.
Oh boy, yeah.
CGH, do you have any ideas for any Harry Potter spin-offs, shows, prequels? Oh my goodness!
You don't know.
Oh my
What was that that fell?
Oh, my controller.
Oops. Oh, classy wants to do Harry Potter. He'll do it for free.
hell, they should hire me. I literally just laid out a Wizarding World cinematic universe for y'all.
Yeah,
Wait,
like
wait, no. How about they combine Star Wars, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park,
You're
Fast and
fired.
Furious?
You're fired. You're fired. Get out.
okay, hold on. You're talking about a bunch of studios making a bunch of deals.
Yep.
Yes.
No.
Oh boy.
No.
Just combine every
Someone's
single
gonna fight over
franchise
which
ever.
studio distributes it.
Look, they.
Sony.
I don't. We're not. I don't think we're even gonna see Marvel and DC crossover in our lifetimes. And you think they're gonna do all that?
Listen, the most we got was probably Who Framed Roger Rabbit when Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse appeared together.
Hmm.
Like that right there is the most you're gonna get.
Yep. And even then, when they did that with Roger Rabbit, the deal was is that Mickey and Bugs had to be on screen the exact same amount of time.
Okay, Marcus. I mean, a lot of people will agree with you, Marcus. I mean, I love both Star Wars and Harry Potter. I'll be honest though, I have more knowledge of Harry Potter than I do of Star Wars, even though I love both.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like I mean, it's kind of difficult for me because like both Harry Potter and Star Wars, I grew up, with both of them around the same amount of time. They've both been in my life, and as far as the world building for both of those properties, like there's so much rich lore with both of them. So it's really hard for me to like decide. I guess I would say I'd be more interested in them expanding the Wizarding World because we've already seen so much expanded with Star Wars. So part of me wishes that they would, do that with Harry Potter because like there is like a lot of lore and a lot of characters and stuff like that and world building that we've only scratched the surface with.
I think also because there's so much Star Wars material, though, like there's the expanded universe, there's so many Star Wars animated stuff. I don't really have the time to like read every Star Wars book or watch every animated Star Wars show.
Hmm.
With like Harry Potter, it's like I feel like it's easier to read every book, play every game, watch every movie.
And yeah, and I think the one thing that I think the Wizarding World will have that's an advantage over Star Wars is that the Wizarding World will be able to tell those stories, for the most part, self-contained. They won't try to set up to other things, you know, like they have their own self-contained stories. I mean, yeah, they have familiar characters and stuff like that, but at least if I was running the Wizarding World, I would make sure all those stories you'll be able to watch on their own, you know.
Um, Wizarding World, hold on, Wizarding World politics. I mean,
If there's a way they can do that properly, like
you
I know
gotta
we
be
want
careful.
to. Yeah, yeah. Because like that is something that they were teasing, like in the Fantastic Beasts movies with the politics stuff. Like, I know everyone's like, but the Star Wars prequels did politics and it wasn't very good. Well, like that's a different franchise. They can do politics. They just need to make it. They just need to be well written.
the
But
the thing the thing is, it's not that the politics were bad in Star Wars. It was just boring.
yeah, it was boring. So it's like if you're going to do politics, you got to make sure like whatever conflict there is that you got to make sure that it's interesting and it matters to the main story.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. And Marcus watched the new Harry Potter anime inspired series called um, Mashal, Magic and Muscles. I clicked on it. I can I'm not gonna watch it. I'll check some of the images out. But yeah, no, I never heard about that one before. I think the thing is, it's like you gotta find something that's interesting with Harry Potter. Because the thing is, it's like with Star Wars, I feel like there's so many different stories to tell, but people pick and choose what Star Wars they want to watch.
Hmm. I mean, I
Like,
think this. I think there's a lot. Enough unique stories in the Wizarding world to make it feel distinct from one another. But for the most part,
yes. So I guess this is what Marcus is talking about. I mean, they got like never heard of this before.
you got to scar it just like Harry.
Oh yeah, he's got a scar like Harry. Apparently, they use wands.
Hmm.
This one person right here looks like they got a headband on, like from Naruto. A detective that would be interesting, like a detective or story.
Honestly, that would be cool. Like, somebody working at the ministry who's like a detective wizard and stuff like that. I mean, they can even like do short stories of like when Harry and Ron were part of the ministry, right? Weren't they part of weren't they
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
stuff
they
like
were.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were. Aurors. I think Harry at one point became like the head Auror or something.
Hmm.
So like, I mean, there's stories you can do there because again, you don't have to adapt Cursed Child.
No,
You
you
can
don't.
do the thing is with Cursed Child because of the time travel stuff. And here's the thing that bugs me: Voldemort's daughter.
Yeah, I did not like that at all.
First of all, what what makes Voldemort so different from Harry is Voldemort cannot love, and I get it. You can do it without being in love with someone, and I know like because apparently Bellatrix was the mom, so like I understand Bellatrix being infatuated with Voldemort, but it just does not sit right.
Again, as I said, if I did do Cursed Child, it will be an extremely loose adaptation. Extremely loose.
Especially because like to around the time like Bellatrix would be pregnant with this kid and then give birth to the kid. So apparently Bellatrix was heavily involved with in the book it said that Bellatrix was involved in the Battle of the Seven Potters because she was facing Tonks and Ron. No way would a pregnant Death Eater probably be flying, dueling, like in the air. no matter how crazy they are for Voldemort. Second of all, by the time like either when Bellatrix was late in pregnancy with this kid or right after she gave birth to this kid would be around the time like she was torturing Hermione at Malfoy Manor.
Mm.
No way would would someone that is that pregnant be able to do the things that Bellatrix was doing. It just does not make continuity sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Honestly, if it were me, maybe they could just we could just retcon Cursed Child and come up with new stories with Harry as an adult and Albus there,
Yeah.
something like.
And also the thing is some of the way Harry treated his son, it's like I can't picture Harry after he was mistreated by the Dursleys being that harsh on his son.
No, no, that like there was definitely a lot of things that fell out of character for Harry in that book.
Also, it undid the epilogue because in the epilogue he made it clear like that he would accept his son no matter what house that he wants to go in. Because
Hmm.
he gave that speech about how you were named after a headmaster that was in Slytherin, that was one of the bravest men he ever known.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah,
all of a sudden you have a problem. I mean, I can understand maybe being hesitant about your son being friends with Malfoy's son,
yeah,
but but like to basically like have the bad relationship you have with your son over all that stuff. I can't see Harry doing that.
no,
And
no,
there's moments in Cursed Child where he's disrespectful to his wife, to Professor McGonagall. It's like
yeah,
no way would Harry be disrespectful to like two women that he highly regarded.
yeah,
Like that's just unbecoming.
hmm,
Like that just annoyed me. And I get it, people might enjoy Cursed Child as a play, but it's like it doesn't work as a book or in the Harry Potter canon.
no.
It just does not work. I mean, yeah, maybe for nostalgia you can get your money in. People will go see it for the nostalgia.
Oh, dude, if they did a Cursed Child today and they were somehow got the original actors to come back, guaranteed $2 billion film, guaranteed.
Oh yeah, like it's gonna make money, but is it gonna be any good?
I mean, if it's a say it with me, loose adaptation.
Yes. Yeah, I know Ron works with George for a while and all that. Because I think like also like Ron's like the pranky uncle in Cursed Child.
Yeah, like
Like
doesn't he
like
take over the that shop, whatever that
for
silly shop?
I know he helps George out with it.
Hmm.
Like again, I'm very iffy. You have to really make big changes to that, and also, is Steve Close gonna be would be involved in this?
I don't
Because that
know.
guy makes his bias so known for Hermione.
I mean, there's something he can do about it at that point because Ron and Hermione are married, and Harry and Ginny are married. They all have they both have children with their significant others. So there's nothing he could do about it unless, oh, I would hate this too. I would hate this. I don't think he would be this stupid, but like unless he does like an affair between Harry and Hermione while they're both married, which I think that would be the stupidest thing they've ever
That
done.
and
But
the thing is, Harry and Hermione would never do that.
no, they would not.
It's like that's the thing. It's like I'm very hesitant on who would write the screenplay for this because even though you would do it differently from the book, you would still make changes that would piss people off.
Yeah, it's like
Like
they would have
the
the what?
changes you made to Goblet of Fire, Prisoner of Azkaban, got some fans upset. Half-Blood Prince, I got a lot of people upset.
Well, I think this would be a different situation because most Harry Potter fans hate Cursed Child, so they probably wouldn't mind the changes as much this time around.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm trying to think if there's any other like spin-off ideas because again, you can. keep this thing going without. I mean, you could create a new Dark Wizard. You don't need to have a Dark Wizard tied to Voldemort.
Yeah, we could there could be other dark wizards other than Voldemort and Grindelwald.
I mean, you can maybe have it where like maybe there was like the son or relative of a Death Eater that wants revenge becomes the next Dark Wizard, but they're not a riddle or anything.
Mm. Or you could have somebody hunting down. I don't know how it, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know how it would work if they just had like a regular people hunting wizards and witches. But I think that would be a cool story if somebody was hunting down wizards and witches because they feel like they're a danger to society and stuff like that. I don't know. Somebody found out about the wizarding world and like they have like this tragic backstory with magic or whatever. I don't know, some sort of terrorist like that. I don't
Well,
know.
well, I like Classy's idea where a lone hunter hunts down rogue Death Eaters. So like maybe you can have it where like there's a wizard that thinks he's in the right by killing Death Eaters, but he's really in the wrong.
Yeah, that.
And like that causes conflict because like it shows that even wizards in the light, even if they don't go dark or like they're not going dark the way most people assume, they can still go bad.
Mhm. That would be
Cause
interesting.
like like to me like everyone assumes like dark wizard means you're automatically a Slytherin, that you're a Death Eater or like you're like Grindelwald. But like have it where like someone that's not a Death Eater, they hate Death Eaters, and but it's like they want to kill off like purebloods at a certain point, and
Mhm.
they start going after purebloods that are not bigots.
All right.
So like maybe someone that wants to kill off all the old wizarding families because they want to make radical changes that are viewed as extreme.
Mhm.
Like show like I feel like that could be an interesting concept that they can do.
Yeah. And also, I thought about it. I thought about this earlier, but I do think they should do some sort of story where there are four friends, and one of each of them are in a different house. One's in Gryffindor, one's in Slytherin, one's in Hufflepuff, and one's in Ravenclaw. To give each of those houses like equal development, you know, so it doesn't feel like as lopsided as it was the past few movies we've gotten. Like you just feeling like Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw on the side. Like I would actually do a story where all four houses like had equal development.
Yeah, and like again, you can show that not all Slytherins are dark wizards.
Yes.
Like that there's some Hufflepuffs that that stand out. Because like in reality, like who was the main Hufflepuff character? Cedric Diggory, and he was like in one movie. He was
Well.
actually in two books because he was in Prisoner of Azkaban. Like he was the Quidditch seeker for Hufflepuff,
Mhm,
but he had such a minor role. But like again, like he was a good sportsman in that book.
mhm. And then there was Newt in Fantastic
Uh,
Beasts.
I mean, like Ravenclaw really didn't have a main character until Luna appeared,
Yep. Yeah, I
and like
can't remember any other Ravenclaws.
any of the Slytherin characters were jerks.
Yeah, that's what
So
really frustrated me.
like you can do a Slytherin character that's like not a jerk, that's like friends with like a Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, and Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
And they all got sent to the dungeon.
When they got sent to dungeons and like Deathly Hollows. Like I don't know if you guys ever saw the deleted scene of Deathly Hollows Part 2. Like Filch locked them in a cell in the dungeons.
Mm.
Like and but then like I don't know, I guess Death Eaters broke them out or something.
Oh.
Like it was cut from the final film.
Mm.
But yeah, I think we're nearing the end. Does anyone have any final thoughts on like this Harry Potter series? Any other ideas for Harry Potter films or TV shows?
Henry Cavill should show up.
I mean, he is British, so like you can cast him in any role.
I mean, I don't know what who he would play. To be honest,
Gandalf.
That's Lord of the Rings.
that's Lord of the Rings. I don't know. I mean, maybe he could be like, I don't know, an original character. I don't know. I can't see him as like a any of the other established characters. I don't know. I can't see that. But but yeah, I'm open to this reboot. Um yeah, it'll be upsetting to see new actors in these roles, cuz like we're getting this announced so soon, when the older movies are still fresh in our minds. But I think as long as whoever they get to play these characters with the new cast, that that they're treated with as much care and dedication as the originals. And hopefully this time around they'll be more accurate to the books. Stuff will be more fleshed out. Um, that's what I'm mostly interested in, is seeing more book accurate versions of these characters. So if the show turns out good, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of Potter fans that'll be upset and pissy about it for a while. But like if the quality of the show ends up being really good, I'm sure people will warm up to it eventually.
Yep. CJH, any final thoughts?
No.
No. For me, like I said, I'm still torn because I love the movies. Um, they're so important to my childhood, to how I became involved, got into movies in general. But I also love the books, and I think there's a lot of things in the books that need to be shown that I think they can do. And I still feel like the door is open to have spin-offs, prequels, maybe even sequels in the Wizarding World films.
Hmm.
But it is what it is, and hopefully they use this opportunity wisely, because there's a chance they could mess this whole thing up.
Yeah, which will be very unfortunate.
Yeah,
But if it does end up sucking, we can always go back to the movies, right?
absolutely. But yeah, that's these are our thoughts on this Harry Potter reboot. We've shared why we think it's a good idea. We shared some of our concerns, and we've also shared ideas for other spin-offs, sequels, prequels, and what they can do. There's so much they can do in this wizarding world. And yeah, DLCGH, thank you for stopping by.
And I can't wait to see Frodo Baggins.
Oh
Oh
my,
my
that's Lord of the
god.
Ring. So DL, do you have anything coming up on your channel? Because I'm gonna put your channel in the chat.
Well, you can follow me on my channel. I am Dial. He's gonna put the link in the chat as he said. So yesterday, I we continued on talking about all the Transformers films leading up to Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Yesterday we talked about Transformers: Dark of the Moon, and in a couple weeks we will. I did it with fellow YouTuber Big B, who's a Transformers aficionado. But in a couple weeks we will be talking about Transformers: Age of Extinction, and also I did already put a non-spoiler review of Super Mario Brothers, and I'm planning to do a spoiler review with Big B and other fellow YouTuber Ruby Groovy. So tune in for that. Speaking of Harry Potter, I know it's been I'm trying to continue talking about the Harry Potter films. So try to get those up soon, and then soon talk about the Bad Batch and Mandalorian season 3. Um, but yeah, that's the stuff coming down the pipeline. So if you want to hear my crazy takes on movies and shows, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah, I gotta continue reviewing the Harry Potter movies myself. The last one I did was Goblet of Fire back in October. I kind of gave up on it because not a lot of people were watching them compared to my other reviews, but
Me,
I
it
feel
was
like I
just
need.
scheduling conflicts because I'm doing it with a panel, and it was just hard to like find a day where everyone's free.
Well, also because there's so many other things that I want to review on my channel. It's like I gotta and like other movies coming out that are tied to movies I want to review.
Oh yeah. Oh, another thing. Indiana Jones: Dial of Destiny is coming out, so pretty soon I'm going to be doing streams talking about the first four Indiana Jones movies leading up to that as well, and then Spider Man as well. Spider Man Across the Spider Verse. There's a lot of stuff coming out this year. so,
No, it's
so,
like, and there's still review series that I need to continue as well.
yeah.
CGH, I'm gonna put your channel in the thing. Anything coming up on your channel? I know you do a lot of Star Wars content.
Yes, I do. I try to, but I have a Patreon.
Ooh, I know. I'm putting your channel in the
Give me
thing.
money.
Do you want me to put your Patreon in the chat as well? Just put it in the private chat, and maybe I'll put it in if anyone's interested.
Sure.
So
I'm
here's
sharing
CGH.
the thing.
Here's CGH's channel. You got any videos on your channel coming up?
Not probably, maybe. I don't know. I try my best.
All right. So here's DL's channel. Here's CGH's channel.
I,
I'm gonna
I,
put.
I know I kind of appear on controversial channels, you know.
I mean,
That
I have no. I don't have any problem with that.
You
You're
could
free to.
say that's straight up madness.
madness.
you're free to stream with whoever, CGH.
Mind you, I also appeared on Matt Jarbo's too.
Lucky
Here's
you.
I'm
He
everywhere. I'm
he never
everywhere.
invites me on his channel.
Thank you, Classy. See, the thing is, when
Yeah.
Matt Jarbo streams, I'm like ready to go to bed.
Yeah, he does it like late at night.
It's like that's the thing, and like he does it like after 12. It's like I'm ready to go to bed. Like I'm on my break right now, but still, like even then, I get tired very easily, and I'm getting over allergies, so it's like I can't stay up that late to begin with.
All right.
That's why I said like this would be at most 2 hours tonight because I don't want to go like too crazy with it.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, go subscribe to DLs, go subscribe to CGH, and if you want, if you can, check out CGH's Patreon. Do you do like other Star Wars content on there?
What do you mean?
Like on Patreon, do you have like exclusive
Oh
like Star
yeah,
Wars
yeah,
content
yeah.
on your Patreon?
Yeah.
Okay, so go check out CGH's Patreon if you can.
I got actually some movie reviews on there too.
Oh, nice.
Doctor Strange and all that.
Yeah,
It's only
I'll
for $3.
I'll put it up. That's
which
cool.
is like $2 for you guys.
I think you showed
You
this on
Americans.
Tony's channel.
America. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're showing that on Tony's channel the other night
Yeah.
when we were streaming with him.
So I like the show.
But yeah, go subscribe to them. As for me, I do want to review
I also
Guardians.
have merch.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh.
So as for my channel, I do plan on doing a review on Guardians of the Galaxy because Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is coming out.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do a stream for that as well.
And because DL streams have inspired me to do reviews on the Transformer movies. I reviewed the 1986 film last week. I reviewed the 2007 film back in September to celebrate the 15th anniversary, which means the next film for me is Revenge of the Fallen.
Good luck to you.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, I plan on reviewing that one as well.
I have this.
And maybe I'll do a Mario stream talking about what they can do for a future Mario sequel because there's so many Mario games and Mario video game spin-offs. So maybe share ideas they can do for the sequel.
Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
And maybe a Legend of Zelda stream. Like I want to do different kind of streams that aren't superhero themed because as much as I like superhero films, I love other things.
Yeah.
I want to like build a broader audience and also talk about other stuff with you guys. That's not just about cape shit.
Right.
Because we all like other stuff besides superhero films.
Yes. Yes.
And CJH is
here's his merch.
And here's CJH's merch. So if you're interested, there's the CJH's merch.
What does that say? 2 tickets for the movie I don't like, please.
Oh my goodness. The thing is, everyone, just for everyone to understand, CJH still has a lot more subscribers than me, DL, and most of the rest of us in the
Somehow.
community.
Yeah, somehow he had. Okay.
You know what it was? I used to be an actual active YouTuber.
Uh,
I used to actually put out content.
See,
I
like here's the
used,
thing, it's
if I
hard for
can
me to do it
find.
full time. What were we saying?
Oh, I was gonna see if I can see one of my old videos.
see, I'm trying so hard to stay consistent with how often I upload. It's hard when you have a full time job.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
like the
hard.
thing is,
Well,
like
I'm in college right now.
I work part time, but it's still kind of hard because along with working, I like to do writing on the side. I like to do other things, and also like as a movie talk channel, I also watch movies.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like I think a lot of people forget to watch movies
right.
when they host these full time channels.
Exactly. You actually had to find time to go to the
I
theater
used
and do
to
these stuff.
shorts before shorts were a thing.
Really
Yeah,
Mm.
one of my
nice.
first videos is a short, but it's hidden.
Let alone when you have to find time to sit down and watch an entire show. That's
Yeah, I mean, listen, I watched like the last two episodes of Mandalorian today because I haven't had time to watch Mandalorian last week.
like I'm I'm still getting through Wednesday.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to do a review for that as well.
All right, but yeah, everyone go subscribe to them. Also subscribe to me as well. Check out CGH's Patreon and his merch. And I want to thank you guys for watching the stream. Please like, and if you haven't, please subscribe to me, DL, and CGH if you haven't already, and share us with someone that is a big Harry Potter fan. And let us know in the comments down below: are you for this HBO Max series? Are you not? And what spinoff idea would you like to see? Was it something that one of us said, or is it something that none of us said? Let us know in the comments down below. And I hope to see you guys real soon. Enjoy your evening, everyone.
Bye.
Okay,